Hi, my partners, how are you doing? I am your partner Sultan, and I want to introduce my presentation for today. The presentation for today will be about one of the famous celebrities from the past. His name Mustafa Kemal Ataturk. In this presentation, I will clarify about his whole life. And Kemal, he is an example of outstanding political celebrity in Turkey. First of all, this great man was born in 1881 in Greece, and it was a part of Ottoman Empire during ex-leader Sultan Abdulhamid Khan. Mustafa Kemal was half Turkish and half Greek. His father, Ali Bey, he was a police officer, and his mother, Zubaydah Hanem, was a businesswoman. His father, Ali Bey, died when Mustafa was approximately 7 years old, and his mother, Zubaydah Hanem, died when Mustafa was 27 years old. After his father's death, his mother, Zubaydah Hanem, decided to send her son Mustafa to her step-brother Sulaiman, so Mustafa can continue his studies in Istanbul. He can continue his primary period until secondary period. During Mustafa time at the school, one of his professors, his math teacher Ahmed Bey, he gave Mustafa a unique nickname of Kamal. It means the perfect one. And from that moment, the people call him as Mustafa Kemal. When Mustafa finished his final exams at the high school, after 2 weeks he took his high school degree. He has the highest and best marks between B minus and A plus. When he completed his education in Istanbul, Kemal wanted to enter the War College for military purposes, and his graduating from there it was in 1902. Mustafa was one of the top students in his military classes. After a while, he wanted also to enter in the General Staff College. His graduating from there in 1905. His position was the fifth out of a class of 57 people there. He was one of the young officers at that time. Fame story. The reason of Mustafa fame it has been started after his graduating from the military school. Because of that, he was against the Ottoman Empire and the Ottoman leader Sultan Abdulhamid Khan. Because Sultan Abdulhamid Khan established very strict religious rules there, and Mustafa he was hating anything that related to any religious rules. So Mustafa he has a new vision, and that was to build a new country without the presence of Ottoman Empire at all. And it must be clear from any religious rules later on. Kemal vision has become real by few steps. Likewise, after upheaval on the Ottoman leader Sultan Abdulhamid in 1909, and he died in 1918. Mustafa and his friends put Abdulhamid's brother Muhammad to rule the whole Ottoman Empire. But the real powerful was by Mustafa's hands the whole time. Sultan Muhammad he died in July 1918. From 1909 until 1922, Mustafa was fighting with the enemies, and those was Germany and Greece, because they want to rule the Ottoman Empire at that moment. Kemal, he was an aggressive person, and he was a troublemaker a little bit. He was the purpose of overthrow the Ottoman Empire at the World War I. After the overthrow of that war, the Greek armies want to take over the Ottoman Empire to be a part of Greece Empire. When Kemal heard that, directly wanted to fight with the Greek armies, and they unfortunately lost their final destination to take the Ottoman Empire. When Mustafa returned again to Istanbul, he told his followers what happened. So they gave him a new nickname of Ataturk. It means father of Turks. So recently we can spell his full name on a proper way. Mustafa Kemal Ataturk. And also he was a savior of his nation. The modern Republic of Turkey. After a breakdown of Ottoman Empire in April 1923, Kemal decided that on Monday, 28th of October 1923 at the 7 p.m. evening, it will be the new birth date for the new modern Republic of Turkey. And unfortunately, after this decision, Mustafa expelled the whole Ottoman family forever from his new modern country, and they live recently in the foreign countries across the world. Unique rules. After a breakdown of the Ottoman Empire, Mustafa he changed the whole old rules from Ottoman Empire into a new modern rules. And this was he was against any Islamic rules that limited personal freedoms. To support this example, during the Ottoman Empire time, the rules there it's related to Islam religion, and each Muslim person, both genders, males and females, they are very religious people. And instead, they were an act based on a proper Islamic rules by ex Ottoman leader Sultan Abdul Hamid Khan. Mustafa hates this popular habit, so when Kemal came to change this attitude, he bring a new habit to break away the old attitude as soon as possible he can. As a result, the Islamic rules began to decline too fast. So Kemal he published the new method of personal freedom. And somehow the Islamic rules and religious people they have less effect on the Turkish people at that recent time. And from that time, the religious people and the Islamic rules has no real relationship between the human life and the religion by Mustafa vision at that time. And Kamal he was encouraged his followers to follow his rules, and anyone who will not follow Mustafa new rules his final destination will be at the jail, and the government will throw him after that outside of the country. Special facts about Mustafa Kemal Ataturk. He was married to Latifa Hanem on 1923 until 1925. She died in July 1975. In addition, Mustafa Kemal Ataturk he has 7 kids and their name is صبيحة, عفت, Ulku, Nabila, Ruqayya, Mustafa, and the last one, it was Zahra. Mustafa Kemal, he's drinking alcohol too much. Likewise, the red wine during his meetings at the Turkish parliament every week. He was a great smoker person. Every 2 hours, he starts smoking 10 packs of cigarettes. And he died in November 1938 at 9 a.m. at Dolma Bahja Palace. In conclusion, Mustafa Kemal did a lot of social changes in Turkey, approximately from 1923 until 1938. And what we can learn from Mustafa is when any one of us wants to change anything, we must change it forever. My own outline about him is I can consider him as a godfather not just in Turkey but across the whole world. Here is a quick reminder. I have talked about Mustafa background, early life, education, fame story, Republic of Turkey, unique rules, and finally about special facts about Mustafa. That's the end of my presentation for today. That's my pleasure because I was with you for the last few minutes ago, and I hope to see you soon with another new celebrity. See you soon and have a nice day. Goodbye.